Okay, listen up. I got a story to tell. All right, this story takes place in about 2005 in South Beach, Miami. Spring break. Me and my boys go down to South Beach for spring break during college. Me and my best friend, we're having the best time of our lives, pulling bitches, fucking bitches, going to every club, bar, everything you would do in South Beach. About 3, 4 days in, we decide, yo, why don't we get some ecstasy for one of these nights? So we end up hitting one of our connects in New York, one of our boys in New York who had a connection out in Miami, who happened to be in Coconut Grove. So we decide we didn't have, but mind you, we didn't have any transportation at the time. We were only riding around on those scooters. Now, if you know anything about South Beach and you know anything about Coconut Grove, they are not that close to each other if you're not in the car. So we decide we're going to take the GoPeds, mopeds, scooters, whatever you want to call them, over the bridge, the Port of Miami, whatever you call that big bridge, and we decide we're going to go to Coconut Grove. Now, on our way there, we're nervous. We're thinking we're going to get pulled over, obviously, because it's 7 or 8 o'clock at night, and it's hundreds of cars on this bridge. So we decide when we get to the toll booth that we're not going to stop. Well, we got a little nervous before we hit the toll booth, so me and my boy were talking, and I said, fuck it, I'm going to just ride through this motherfucker. So in New Jersey, where we're from, when you get to the toll, the thing doesn't come down. It's already down when you get to it, so you know not to go through. Now, in South Beach, or at this bridge, the toll thing apparently is up. One of those crossing guard things, it was up. So I decide, I'm just going to zoom through it. There's no crossing thing. Let's just go through it. My stupid ass decides I'm going to go full speed ahead through this toll booth. I get through the toll booth, and long and behold, the crossing thing comes down as I'm full speed ahead. I crash into it, break the entire toll booth crossing guard thing, smack it in half. Everybody's standing there watching. My boy I thought I was gonna die. I thought it was metal. Thank goodness it was like a wood cardboard thing, and my speed was able to break it off. And my boy laughing so fucking hard, he couldn't even ride through the toll. He just walked the bike through because he was laughing with tears coming down his face. So fast forward, we get to Coconut Grove after about 45 minutes on a GoPed one way. Get where we're supposed to get. Mind you, we're in the middle of the hood. We didn't go to no nice place to get this stuff. So we're in the middle of the hood, riding around on some GoPeds that say, rent me. My boy said they should have said rob me on them. But anyway, so now we're making our way back to South Beach with about 6 ecstasy pills in our pocket, riding illegally. Clearly, we don't have helmets, no licenses. We're not supposed to be on no bridge with no scooters from South Beach. Whatever. So we get down to South Beach. Me and my boy having a good time again. Take a pill, rolling our asses off, we're smoking, drinking, having fun, talking to girls, having a great time. My boy, he runs into some chick and he runs off. So I'm riding down the street, and a few minutes later, I get to the end of Washington, I believe I was on, and there was a club at the end. There was a couple walking into this club. The girl walking in, I seen her give me an eye, a look, or whatever. I didn't think nothing of it. I was sitting there texting, standing on my bike. So she decides she's going to come back outside before she goes in the club. So she walks into the door a little bit and then runs back to the car. Now, in between her running back to the car, I decide I'm going to say what's up. I was just saying hello. When I said hello, she responded a little too happily for me. So, of course, I pursue. Being the grimy person I am, apparently, at 21, 22 years old, I don't know what I was thinking. I wouldn't do that now to no other man, but, whatever. So I get to talking to this girl. She gets to tell me that it's her fiance or her husband or whatever it was. I couldn't really remember. But she decides, she tells me that she has a few hours before the club opens. He's working in the club, and she's supposed to help him. So she decides that she's not going to go in right away, and that she wants to hang out with me for a little bit. So she gets on the back of my scooter. So now we're riding around, drinking, smoking again, having a good time, stopping at bars, going everywhere, all the clubs, whatever it was. We leave one of the clubs, or we leave one of the bars, and we decide we want to go take a walk on the beach. Now we get to the beach, and me and her start messing around. That messing around ended up to me fucking her, of course. Such a good night, had a great night. Mind you, this whole time, her husband clearly is calling her off the hook after she turns her phone off for the night. So we're at South Beach, and me and her do what we do, and we end up passing out on the beach. Now, we get woken up by the sun and a man shaking us. So he's shaking us and tapping us. He says, hey, man, wake up. Look at yourself. I look at her, I look at me. We're butt-ass naked. Our clothes are way down the beach. So now she's embarrassed. We have to walk over to the clothes. Now, all I'm thinking is, damn, I got to get this girl home because it's going to be a problem. Wherever she was living, I had to take her there. She didn't have a ride. I was her ride on the scooter. So I end up going to my pants to look for the keys to the scooter that was parked up the street. Of course, I can't find them. They're not in my pocket. Somehow they fell on the big beaches of Miami, and I have no idea where they are in the sand. Now, this is important because the keys cost $200 a piece, and there were 2 keys on that set. So you had to pay $200 per key. And mind you, I'm on spring break in college. I ain't got that much money. Whatever money I had, it was allotted to just for the trip. It wasn't no money allotted for no $400 worth of keys. So now we're walking on the beach. We're dressed now. We're walking all over the beach. She's in a panic. She refuses to turn on her phone still. We're walking around the beach. And 2 hours later, the man who woke us up, he had a metal detector. He ends up finding my keys. He's waving us down the beach. He's screaming, yelling. He's so excited. So he gives me the keys. All right, cool. I get the keys. So now I put this girl on the scooter and we ride about 20 minutes to wherever she was staying. Now we get to the corner and I already start looking at the hotel where she was staying at, or where I thought. I didn't have to guess too hard where her hotel was, because as we're pulling up, I see someone outside going crazy on the phone, calling, pacing back and forth. But she doesn't see him quite yet because she's behind me on the scooter. So I turn off to the side and I tell her, hey, this is where we stop, you know. Now, I ain't no bitch, but I wasn't trying to get caught up in no gunfire, whatever it was. You know, who knows? Every day I got to prove my love. This man might want to come out and do some things to me. And I wasn't really in the mood. I'm groggy, hungover, whatever. So I drop her off on the corner and I say my goodbyes. I watch this girl around the corner go to the hotel. Now she sees him now. Now she doesn't look back at me clearly because she doesn't want to get in any trouble, but I'm kind of peeking around the corner. This girl gets to the front of the hotel room, and man, did this man smack the fire out of this woman. Ooh, Lord, made me feel sad for what happened to this girl, and it was all fucked up and probably mostly my fault. But I thought I'd share that story, being one of my Chronicles of South Beach, and another story to tell. Hopefully that couple's doing well. It was about maybe 10 years ago, 11 years ago. Hopefully they're happily married with children. Hopefully I didn't mess up that life. But again, another story about outrageous stories.